To begin today's video, we actually pick up with Bunker in the past. Now, the reason why we pick up with Bunker in the past is for a very good reason. Because with Teen Titans number 24, the first book we're going to cover in this video, it actually picks up right after Forever Evil number 2. Forever Evil was a crossover event that DC did where basically the Crime Syndicate, a evil version of the Justice League from Earth 3, came over to the DC universe and wreaked havoc against the Justice League and the rest of the heroes. Now, with that being said though, when the Justice League had magically disappeared, you had the rest of the heroes of Earth try to fight against the Crime Syndicate. Of course, that meant for the Teen Titans to actually try to stop them. But here comes the big problem though. A character known as Johnny Quick, a evil version of the Flash, was able to send the Teen Titans into the time stream. Now, with that being said, that means that the Teen Titans are right now being forced to time travel to different points in time. But when they arrive to a different point in time, they only stayed there for a brief moment. And so with all that information right there, that is why we are picking up with the young Bunker, because right now as he is praying in a church, he is confronted by Tim Drake, Red Robin, and you have Red Robin telling young Bunker what is happening right now to the Teen Titans. But before he is able to give this young Bunker more information that he may need, well, of course, that is the moment Red Robin is pulled back into the time stream. Now, we actually do pick up with Superboy and Wonder Girl for more proof that right now the Teen Titans are being forced to time travel to different points in time, but only stay there for a brief moment. Now, we do see Superboy and Wonder Girl being confronted by the Centurions. Now, we actually met Centurions in one of our Superman videos we did early on in the New 52. Honestly, there are a bunch of people who are not very important, but long story short, their bodies are covered in red solar energy. But I do want to mention one thing about Superboy, and this information is very important because when it comes to Superboy, well, really, this storyline takes place before Krpyton Returns, and you will see why I say that as we go through this video, because a lot of reading orders online, they kind of put this story after Krpyton Returns, but in reality, the way the story is told to us, it takes place before Krpyton Returns. But either way though, Superboy and Wonder Girl must fight against the Centurions, and while they're fighting against them, you do have Red Robin there to tell them, listen, you guys have been here before, you are able to beat them, just do it again. I'm trying to figure out a way to actually save you and me both from what is happening to the rest of us in the Teen Titans. Now, we do pick up with Kid Flash and Solus. Now, with Kid Flash and Solus, right now, they are in the 30th century. Now, with them being in the 30th century, this is very huge because this right here will help us get more information about Kid Flash. And matter of fact, the rest of this video and the next one is going to give us more information about Kid Flash. But either way, we do pick up with Kid Flash right now and Solus arriving in the 30th century on some kind of spaceship, and as soon as they arrive, Kid Flash knows where he is at, and this is huge because if you have been following with me as we've been covering Teen Titans in the New 52, Kid Flash had no idea where he came from or who he is, and the thing is, over the time we have covered Teen Titans, a lot of different people have tried to capture him or try to arrest him or tell him more information about him. And so we're kind of learning more about him at this moment. Because while you have Kid Flash and Solus running around this spaceship that apparently Kid Flash remembers, well, he does run into a younger version of himself. Now, with this younger version of himself, Kid Flash knows this younger version is planning to blow up this space station. And you have Kid Flash begging this man, don't do it. You will regret this. Do not blow up this spaceship. But of course, his younger self's kind of like, dude, I don't know who you are. I don't care, but there's no way I'm going to listen to you. And as soon as Kid Flash tries to give more information to his younger self, he's pulled back into the time stream. And it's kind of like, what happened at this moment that Kid Flash was so worried about? Now, to wrap up the first chapter of this video, we actually pick up with Wonder Girl being able to communicate with Raven. Now, this right here is very important for one good reason, because let's not forget what happened in our last Teen Titans video. Raven had joined the Teen Titans, but here comes the big problem though. She made the Teen Titans believe that she was good and she was no longer working for her father, but in reality she is still working for her father and she plans on betraying the Teen Titans. And that right there is very important for right now. And the reason why, because you have Wonder Girl telling Raven that she is the only way to help the Teen Titans get out of this certain problem that they're in at the moment. Because with Raven being born in limbo and not actually being born on a planet, she should be able to use her magic to kind of mess with the time stream to bring the Teen Titans together to her and hopefully bring them to just one certain point in time. And with that happening, then they can work their way back in time to the present day. But the problem is though, for her to be able to pull them to her to a certain point in time, they have to give up their soul, something Raven wanted so bad. And so now the Teen Titans have given up their souls to Raven, thinking that she's still a good guy, but in reality this is just another step to help her kind of take over the earth and help her father get another dimension. Now we do jump over to Teen Titans Annual number 2. Now with Teen Titans Annual number 2, it is very important for a very special reason, because we finally get to meet the actual Superboy that Connell, our Superboy, was cloned from. Now, with that being said, we do pick up with Superboy, Red Robin, and Wonder Girl in a different future, an alternate future, or possibly the real future for the DC universe. We have no idea at the moment, but when they arrive, of course they arrive in the Batcave. And when they begin to look around the Batcave, they can tell the Batcave has been abandoned for a good period of time. They even find the body of Bruce Wayne, and that tells Red Robin that his mentor had died. And that right there is very huge, because for Red Robin, if this is the possible future for the DC universe back then in the New 52, that means the heroes failed. And the question is now, what happened in this future that led to the death of Batman and possibly the rest of the superheroes? And that is the moment they are confronted by Beast Boy, the future version of Beast Boy. Now you do have Beast Boy actually take Red Robin, Wonder Girl, and Superboy to the Watchtower, which used to be the base of the Justice League in the New 52, but when DC Rebirth came out, they kind of got away from the Watchtower. But either way, with this being a possible future in the New 52 at this point in DC Comics, the Watchtower looks very beaten down. And Beast Boy basically tells our heroes that yeah, the JL, the Justice League, they're no longer around. And right now, Beast Boy is trying to create a new team to hopefully protect the Earth from the biggest threat that is going on at the moment. And the question is now though, what is that big threat that Beast Boy is trying to stop and to hopefully get revenge for all the heroes that had possibly died over the years? But before Beast Boy is actually able to tell Red Robin and Superboy and Wonder Girl any piece of information, one of the new heroes that Beast Boy is trying to train to hopefully protect the Earth from that new threat, well, of course, when that person sees Superboy, he begins to attack Superboy. And right off the bat, that should tell you what happened in this future. That it seems like a Superboy in this future had most likely killed a bunch of heroes of Earth, including the Justice League. But with that being said though, when this person sees Superboy, he is confused that he believes our Superboy is the evil Superboy in this future. But in reality, of course, he is not. And so you do have everyone be able to calm that person down, but you didn't have Beast Boy ask Red Robin, can they talk in private? Meaning that Wonder Girl and Superboy cannot be part of this conversation at all. But with that being said, we can already tell what they're going to talk about. How in this alternate future, there is a evil Superboy. And of course, he killed a bunch of metahumans on Earth. Now, while Red Robin and Beast Boy are having their private conversation with one another, well, that is the moment you have Superboy go outside. But when he goes outside, well, that is the moment he is confronted by an evil version of himself. Yes, an evil Superboy in this alternate timeline. Now, of course, this is very important because we come to find out our Superboy was cloned from this Superboy. That right there is huge because in the very beginning of the New 52, when we met our Superboy, we knew he was a clone, but we had no idea who he was a clone of, Superman or someone else. Well, we come to find out Harvest, the character that made our Superboy, must have came from this timeline back into the past to create Superboy to possibly stop this evil Superboy. We have no idea, but this evil Superboy is actually the son of Superman. But at the same time, this evil Superboy was the one who killed off all the metahumans on Earth. Now, the reason why, because he felt like the metahumans changed how humans were acting. Humans lost their free will because he says when metahumans first arrived on Earth, they were made to protect humans who could not protect themselves. But over the years, the humans have basically lost their free will. They were doing everything that the metahumans wanted them to do. It was basically like slavery, but in a different way. And he could not stand for that. Now, honestly, that sounds like a whole bunch of crap. But either way, though, you do have our two Superboys fight against each other. And this fight does go on for a tad bit, but this fight is very important. And the reason why, because it sets up a lot of things to come down the road, especially Krpyton Returns, something we already covered. The reason why I say that, because while they're fighting against each other, our Superboy is able to defeat the evil Superboy. And it seems like he's about to kill off this evil version of himself. The problem is he is pulled away by the Oracle to be part of the lovely event known as Krpyton Returns that we had already covered. But what happens to our evil Superboy, who is just left there bleeding to death, basically? Now, getting over to that private conversation between Red Robin and Beast Boy, we learn why they're having this private conversation. It's basically Beast Boy telling Red Robin what happened in this future. But on top of that as well, it's Beast Boy telling Red Robin that they have done this before, where basically Red Robin had arrived in the future. Beast Boy tells him everything, especially everything in this room, to hopefully learn to find a way to stop Superboy from turning evil, and then they go back in the past to hopefully change the future. But of course, the future has not changed, which means Red Robin must have failed. And so this is Beast Boy once again hoping that Red Robin can find a way to actually stop Superboy. But let's jump back over to our evil Superboy. And there is a special reason why, because let's not forget, our Superboy had badly beaten him but left him to die. And here comes the big surprise though. Beast Boy and his new team of heroes were able to find the evil Superboy. But instead of killing him or locking him away, you have Beast Boy and also Rose Wilson, the daughter of Deathstroke, put on our Superboy outfit on this evil Superboy to make the Teen Titans believe that this Superboy is theirs, but in reality it is the evil Superboy. But of course, Red Robin, Wonder Girl, and now Raven, who just arrived to basically take Red Robin and Wonder Girl and Superboy away to go find Kid Flash and Solus. Well, of course, the Teen Titans have no idea that this is not their Superboy. This is the evil Superboy. But right now, he's in a coma. He can't say anything. But of course, our Teen Titans actually believe that this is their Superboy, and they do leave to go find Kid Flash and Solus. But of course, this right here kicks off the next big storyline for the Teen Titans, which is the trial of Kid Flash. But with that being said, I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video. And if you do, please hit that like button down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. I'll see y'all next time, guys. Later.